I think I need to address some things. Maybe save myself a lot of effort in the future. A little bit about who I am and what to expect. An expectation of Kevin Chaos #1. Always expect honesty, even if it'll hurt your feelings. I don't believe in taking 10 years to accomplish something, beating around the bush. We're at a doctor, and you have a week left to live. I'm not going to tell you you can live forever. It would be a lie, and that's something I don't do. So always expect brutal honesty. And like a double-edged sword, my dagger tongue might just cut myself as well, but that's a risk I take of being real, preferring reality and cold hard facts to emotions, of which I also have a lot of, but my preference is logic. It seems to me people want to live in a fairy tale land. And I have a lot of friends here on Facebook and everything, and they all shit on each other behind each other's backs. They all come to me. I'm the go-to guy for advice, the go-to guy for emotional consoling, and I do rather good at that. Otherwise, I guess they wouldn't choose me. Not to live in ego or nothing. But I do my fucking best. And I speak to these people in private, and I try my best to comfort you all. Say what needs to be said to build your self-esteem and so forth, and self-love back up, that you can handle whatever it is that you aren't facing yourself, and feel the need to come through a third party instead of dealing with whoever upset you and actually beating the problem. Understanding is only reached first through confrontation, as the psychic said in Mallrats by Kevin Smith. But it's true. But I am too. I'm not going to beg for honesty from you. I'm going to suggest to you, hey, this is what works for me. You don't even have to lie to me. I'm going to love and respect you for whatever it is you are. So how about instead of trying to pretend to be something you're not, or leading me down a particular path with a bunch of deception, you just be yourself. Let me love whatever that is. The fact that you make choices that I wouldn't make is what makes you you, and that makes me find you interesting. Were you me, I'd probably hate you. You know, I'd hang out with myself if I wanted to be alone. So the fact that I'm dealing with you is because you're different, right? But it seems to me that's not how people behave. You all gossip and slander and bullshit, and you got so many emotions you don't know what to do with. And being the go-to guy, I'm there to sift through all the madness and try to say and nitpick my words absolutely perfectly the best I can to be there for you. Don't expect nothing else, man. Let's see. Brutal honesty. Excuse me. Obviously was item 1. Don't expect me to be somebody I'm not. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Item 2 was obviously not going to demand for you to give me honesty, right? You're going to be honest with me if you want to. So item 3 is the same thing, but replacing honesty with respect. You can't force someone to respect you. You can't force someone to consider you. That's another good word to replace respect with. It's simple human consideration. I'm going to consider you before I make a decision. I'm going to include you in the fact that I'm making a meal. I'm going to include you in the fact that I have money while you don't, or even if you do. I'm going to include you in that decision because we're here together. This is a whole picture. Not just all about me in the fucking mirror as it seems for most humans. Excuse me. I'm not going to beg for you to consider me. I'm going to keep trying and be patient and forgiving and loving and whatnot, but ultimately there will be a point that is reached where I'm going to close the door. I'm going to say, well, okay, this is pointless, this is futile. That doesn't make me cold-hearted, doesn't mean that I hate you, but it means that you don't work for me, and I can love you from a distance. I don't have to possess you to love you. Let me see. I can love donuts and not have to eat them every day. Hell, I rarely touch the things, but they taste nice, but they're terrible for you. They're nice, better to admire from a distance than they are to try to have all the time, right? So I have a real, all-encompassing love in that regard. So I'm not going to demand you to be a particular shape that works for me. And I don't really expect you to want me to shapeshift, albeit I have in the past. 30 years of trying to do my best to live for others is really self-defeating. And I promised myself that at 30, the next 30 years would be mine. It's not easy, and I'm not a cold-hearted person, but I've learned to shut the door. I don't have to do this. Why waste all of my time, all of my money, all of my kindness on someone who doesn't reciprocate the kindness? Doesn't consider me until after I asked to be considered? What kind of nonsense is that? And the last thing, if you are going to gossip about each other and fight, don't put me in the middle of that shit if you're just going to wage war with each other using me as a fucking sword, misquote me and doing all this stuff, because I'll close the door right fucking now. I don't need that shit. There are very few real friends in the known universe. These people will consider you without having to be asked. You know, will care about you for you being you, not for what you can do for them, how much money you have to provide, how much time you have to listen to their problems and whatnot. And there's a friend, I'll gladly listen to those problems. And I'll gladly do my best to walk you through it. But ultimately, you're the one that has to do the walking. I can't walk for you. I can't control you for you. I can't decide what works and doesn't work for you. I can only tell you, well, hey, how does this look to you? And has that been working out? Oh, it hasn't. Well, here's a couple, and I usually list many, alternative roads you can take. After all, you asked me. But when you come pitting against each other, your sisters or friends or whoever, and my name is being used as an assaulting weapon against one another, that's bad shit. And I've learned that I don't need friends to be happy. So I thought that this video would be very important to address. Cross those words there, a point and address. I thought this video would be very important to address that. I'm happy until I consume myself with everybody else's problems. Then I'm left with what? Defending myself? What kind of bullshit is that? Why should I have to defend myself? I don't. I'm perfectly right in my right to be me, and you're perfectly right in your right to be you. So why are you all lying to each other and playing this rat race game? You can't fight for my attention. You can't demand that someone respect you. And I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to spend, as I have, like with girlfriends, for example, on 3 years on average for every girl that I've ever been with, waiting for the day that you take to make the right decision of consideration. That's foolish. That means I'm in love with the idea of love, not love, or the idea of friendship, not actual friendship. A real friend is going to consider me, and I'm not going to beg you to be my friend. I'm not going to beg you to be honest. I'm not going to beg you to be considerate, and I'm not going to beg you not to gossip. I'm just going to see that as it is. I'm going to stay humble and quiet. I'm going to be observant. As much as I like to talk, wonder what's on my mind when I don't, and I'm going to think about these things. And if I see that this is a dead horse I'm beating, this is a brick wall I'm talking to, this is a mirror that just pings off shit and is looking for me to be a mirror to reflect their own thoughts back to them, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go close my door. There's a reason why I hole up in my cave. I come out and I deal with the world, and I have friends, and I have adventures, but ultimately I like living alone. I like doing my own thing, because when you get too involved with most people, they make a fool out of themselves and you. And if you let them, they just bring you into their nonsense. They get chaotic and emotional and ridiculous, and then they always need someone to blame instead of ever doing anything about it. Oh, this guy made me lose control of my own lips, and rage, and anger, and hate, and gossip, and fear, and I don't think so. So I'm Kevin Chaos, and I hope that you learned a little bit more about me today, because you have no excuses now. I don't have excuses. I don't make excuses for my actions. Okay? Even if you and you watch her right now, we're to argue. I get the question later after it's over. I could just say, well, what did I do? How did I get into this argument? What did I say? What didn't I say? Did I engage this person seeing that they were argumentative or hostile at the time? So I encouraged that bad behavior. So anything that happened to me, any slights or insults hurled at me, I deserved it in a way, because I could have stopped it. I'm responsible for my emotions, and I'm responsible for my self-control. That's how I think. And I expect the same of you. Although I don't expect everybody to already get that. It took me a long time. But I'm responsible for me. So you're responsible for you. You have no excuses in my world. Oh, I forgot. Well, write it down. Oh, I forgot to write it down. I don't know what to tell you. It must not have been that important to remember. You didn't want to remember it and recall it on your own, and you didn't want to use one of the millions of tools. We have Google Notes, we have calendars, we have voice dictations, and just about everybody has a smartphone. There are no excuses. If you really want to do something, you'll go do it, and you'll seize the opportunity. So that includes friendship, it includes life goals, it includes everything you can think of. You're not applying yourself, and I am. So why should I carry the cross of the burden for the work you're not willing to do indefinitely? Waiting for this, future time of all the promises you make of the future, of what's to come, of how nice you're going to be, or what rewards I might have down the line? I'm my reward. I actually like working. The only time I'm really having fun is actually accomplishing things. I like to work. Hell, even detangling Christmas lights is fun for me. That's who I am. I feel the sense of accomplishment when I'm done with a task, rather than the simple joys most people get addicted to. Watching drama and brainwashing shit on TV and wondering why they can't handle their emotional problems when they deal with real life, because they're so accustomed to seeing through the eyes of their former programming and television programming. They get unrealistic perspectives and unrealistic emotions, and they don't actually tackle things head on. They have an imaginative, self-reflective way of doing things, instead of the way that I do things, where you analyze and you meditate and you think about, you perceive, and then you slowly come to a conclusion on how you should act, instead of reacting to the stimuli of a situation. So, in short, I'm not going to do this crap with you people. If you have a problem with me, you should talk to me as an adult. You shouldn't slander me or yourselves behind each other's backs to me, because I'm a mediator, and I won't rat each other out to each other. But I'm going to tell you it's fucking stupid right after I'm done picking you up out of depression. I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't have got there and why you shouldn't have held on to and attacked this person and this, that, and hope that you do better with the next person. Because really it doesn't matter to me if you cut me off. It doesn't matter to me if you block me or if you fucking hate me, because I know I'm doing the best I can to juggle all of your needs. Needs that I don't have. I'm content with my life. I'm at peace with my life, and I'm at peace with others. So if you have nothing but hate to exchange, or demands, or you're a self-centered motherfucking person, I only will deal with you for a time. And for that time, I'll be understanding. I'll be like, okay, this person really doesn't see these things yet. This person doesn't understand things the way that I do. They're not up to speed. They're living in the past, or they're living in emotion, or whatever the case might be. And I'm going to address it from their point of view, from the level of where they are right now. But if they show me, through action, through observation, that they have no real personal intention to do better or to change this, I'm going to see this continuing circle or spiral of self-centeredness. And I'm going to say, well, this person really doesn't have the interest to do more than this. They always want an excuse. They're always going to be here. And as long as I'm here, I'm going to be here with them. And it's just going to come at my expense, my time, my money, my love. It means I'm not going to be able to be at peace because I'm just going to be working for a pointless cause to love this person or group of people who don't love themselves. And I'm kind of past all of that. I don't need you as an excuse to love myself or to be happy. You know, people have an interesting take on love. They're like, I refuse to feel loved unless these circumstances are met. And if those circumstances aren't met, then they don't have it. Well, not me. You know, I think that everything's fucking great. And a lot of things irritate me, but I change them if I don't like them. I don't keep running into the brick wall and say, why won't this brick wall move? This sucks. And take another charge. It's stupid. It's pointless. If you don't like what's fucking on, change the channel. And this is Kevin Chaos telling you right now, I'm changing the channel. I'm not doing another repeat for another 365. I'm at peace with myself. And I hope that, you know, those who matter won't mind, and those who mind won't matter. I hope that some of you come with me, you know, and I can continue to have some of these friendships. But ultimately, I've met the line, you know. I won't keep doing the nonsense. I don't plan on repeating. They say the definition of insanity is repeating the same things and expecting different results. Well, I don't expect different results. I'm a patient and humble guy, and I really hope you get there, but it's not up to me ultimately. You have to do the walk. I can tug you along by the hand, but the more resistance you pull, the slower we travel. And if I'm really going to get there, I can't do a holding your hand. You kind of want to stay there. You want to observe the sights, and the sights look like shit, but you want to say, hey, look at that dog shit. And I'm like, dude, this is a beautiful garden. This is beautiful. Look at all those flowers. Look at the trees. Oh, man, those birds are fucking awesome. And you're like, look at that dog shit over there, though. And I'm like, yeah, but look at the flowers. And you're like, but there's shit on the ground. And I'm like, that's great. That's great. Let's keep walking. Well, I don't want to stand there looking at shit. And if you do, I gotta let you go. I can still love you and appreciate you from a distance, something that's hard for most people. Not to have to possess something and own it to admire it. I love you all. I think everything's fucking great. I think you're great, man. You. But I can't save you. You must do that. I can't help you unless you want to be helped. I can't show you love unless you really want to see something different from what you're used to seeing. People say rose-tinted glasses. Well, I say shit-tinted shades. It's not acceptable. I'm Kevin Chaos. This is what you should expect from me. Because it's not going to change. There's a finite level of patience. And I'm giving you literally all I have. So much that it breaks my bank. It breaks my... I will sacrifice just about everything I fucking have. But at some point, you're going to have to take care of yourself. You're going to have to do something different. If I'm really such a interesting thing that you want to run, consider me while you make decisions. Consider me in your actions. You know, because ultimately, otherwise, I'll see you on the occasion that I do, and then retreat. I'm not going to stand around and be disrespected. And I'm not going to keep supporting you guys fucking battling each other. It's futile. It's archaic. It's outdated human behavior. It's 2019, man. I love you all. Grow up. Kevin Chaos.